Hi there. Welcome to EDPY 677, Statistics and Applied Fields 2. My name is Louis Rocconi, and I am your instructor for this course. I'm very excited to be learning with you all this semester. And I just wanted you to know, just right off the bat, that while this is a fully online course, I don't want you to feel like you're doing this alone. I am on the Knoxville campus. So if you ever need to meet in person or you want to meet, virtually, we can meet over Zoom. I'm available to help. So, if you ever have questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I just wanted to put that out there because I know sometimes online classes can be intimidating, and I want to make this, a good educational experience for everyone in class. This first week, I really want us to spend some time just getting to know the class. I want you to kind of read through the syllabus, kind of explore the Canvas site, and kind of get an idea of what we're going to be doing this semester. In this video, I'm kind of walk you through sort of the Canvas site and some of the expectations that we have for class this semester. Let me share my screen here. Here we go. All right. So when you log into Canvas, this will be your main landing page for our class. If we have any announcements, they should pop up here. I guess I haven't made any announcements yet before I made this video, but they'll show up here. This also gives you you can find in here like shortcuts to different sections of the class. So you land on here and you're like, okay, we're working on mixed ANOVA this week. You just click on this link and it brings you right to that module. There's also some other useful information on here. My email address is here. We have a teaching assistant to help us out in class this semester. His name is Austin Boyd. You can have his email address on here too. Here is a copy of the course syllabus. You can click this link and download it. You can click the little icon right there that I clicked on and kind of view it within this page. We're going to go over the syllabus in a minute. The way I kind of designed my Canvas courses is I put everything in the module section. You should only have to go, everything that you'll need for each particular lesson should be linked somewhere within the modules. So you shouldn't ever have to go to files or to assignments or to quizzes or any other features on here to find any of the information you need. It should all be in the modules. Any discussion posts that we have that are required will be linked in the modules. Now, if you want to go ask a question and put it on the discussion board, you can click on the discussion board link and ask a question there. But anything that's required for the course will be in the module section there. I also like the first part of this page. It gives you all, a summary of all the due dates for the course. So you can see them all right there on the first page. We have an assignment due basically every single week. There's something due. And I've tried to make all the due dates consistent. Everything's going to always be due on a Tuesday by 11:59 p.m. So you can always remember that you have some assignment due by Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. So then, on Wednesday, we'll start a new module. Now, some modules may last 2 weeks. And if they're a 2-week module, then we'll have something going on, usually a discussion post that we'll talk about that'll be due that very first week. That'll be due on Tuesday. So you can see right here, the factorial analysis of variance module is going to be 2 weeks. And so the first week we'll have a little discussion post we'll talk about. We have a discussion post that we're going to do this week as well. It's basically just, we're just going to introduce ourselves and call it course introductions. But you can see they're all spelled out here. The one exception is I made the Manova assignment due on a Thursday, and it's basically because spring break is the next week. So I'm just giving you a few extra days to get that assignment done that week, because you'll be off the entire next week for spring break. There's no assignment or anything due there. So that's why that date's a little bit different. We're just going to pretend like this course is, say, like a Tuesday night course or something, and everything's due on Tuesday. So you can kind of just one way you can remember it. Really you can just go to the, like I said, you can go to the module section and everything is going to be linked in this section. So you can see this first week, we're going to, basically have, spend some time getting to know the class. So everybody take some time and please read through the syllabus. Since we're not here in person, it's important for you to understand a lot of what's going on in here. Again, you can see in here both mine and Austin's email if you need to get in touch with us. The textbooks for the course are listed here. So, whatever textbook you used in Stat 1, we're going to continue using, kind of finish out different concepts that are in there. One of the textbooks I used was Graviter and Walnu. So a lot of the, sometimes I'll refer to readings from that, but don't go and buy if you haven't already bought the Graviter and Walnu book. If you took Dr. Shatani and he used the Hinkle textbook, that's fine to use as well. If you took Dr. Mars, used a different textbook for Stat 1, that's fine. Just whatever you use from Stat 1, we'll continue using that book as well. And then we're going to also use a multivariate textbook from Tabachnik and Fidel. And if you continue on to Stat 3, we'll use Tabachnik and Fidel also in Stat 3 as well. There's an older edition of this Tabachnik and Fidel available on Canvas, like the 5th edition or something. Someone had sent me a digital copy of it, so it's available on Canvas if you'd prefer to use that. Here's some other good stat books. If you just want some additional resources, there's another couple that I recommend. They're not required, but they are. The Andy Field text is an excellent intro stats. It covers all the topics we'll be talking about this semester. And then the Stevens multivariate text is also another good multivariate textbook. We're going to continue to use the SPSS software package in this class. It's just one of many different software packages that are available. But since that's usually what we used in Stat 1, we'll continue using it in Stat 2. If you've already downloaded SPSS from the UT server, you might have to go back and get extend your license on it, or if you have an older version, it may not be supported. I think UT is supporting, version 24, 25, 26 now. So either one of those is fine. If you're going to download a new one, I would suggest using 25 or 26. I think a lot of the examples I show are going to come from either 25 or 26. So the older editions are fine to use. It's just the output may look a little different. So here's some useful SPSS resources that you may find helpful. Each lesson, basically each new statistical concept we talk about is going to have a data analysis assignment with it. So say, we're learning about repeated measures ANOVA. There's going to be a data analysis assignment on repeated measures ANOVA. Basically the purpose of this is to kind of facilitate your understanding of the statistical method that we're we're using. For all of the data analysis assignments, you can work together in a group. So if you have a cohort of students or some friends or buddies in the class, and y'all want to work together on the assignment, that's perfectly fine with me. And the only thing I ask is if you do work in a group, just one person in the group turn in the assignment and just make sure you put everybody's names in the group. And then I'll get feedback on the assignment and send it out to everybody in the group. But if you're going to work in a group, I don't need 4 people in the group. I don't need 4 of the exact same assignments turned in. You can just turn in one. Each module also comes with a quiz on that lesson, and you can take each of the quizzes up to 3 times, and we'll take whatever your highest score is. The purpose of this is just to kind of facilitate your kind of understanding conceptually of the topics we're talking about. You can, even if you took the quiz the first time, got 100% on it, you want to take it again because it switches out questions. Each time you want to keep testing your knowledge of the concept, you could take the quiz the second time and it's still going to keep that 100%. It's always going to keep whatever your highest score is. So feel free to take the quizzes, all 3 times if you want to do that. Some modules will come with discussion board posts. I think there's 4 throughout the semester. These are really just designed to get you just thinking about using these different methods we're talking about in your fields, and to kind of get us to interact with one another in a virtual setting. Since we don't get to see each other in face-to-face in a class, we can kind of interact here in a digital way in the discussion board post. There'll also be a comprehensive final exam in the class, and final exam is going to be 2 parts. It's going to be a data analysis part and a quiz part. The only difference is you're not to collaborate on the final exam, and you can only take the quiz 1 time. And we'll talk a little bit more about the final when we get closer to it. I just want you to know that is there. So talk a little bit about the late assignment policy. This is an online class. I know people have different things going on. You might be traveling for a conference or going for vacation with your family or something, and that's okay. I'm allowing everybody a grace period up to 3, what I'm calling days. So if you're late on an assignment, you can turn it in up to 24 hours late, and that'll count as one of your late days. You get 3 of these to use however you want throughout the semester. Something's come up and, or you just forget about the assignment, you could then turn it in, up to 3 days late without having any negative repercussions. And you don't have to email me or tell me about it or anything if you just, to use it. So, if you're going over that period, then kind of let me know sort of what's going on. You can see right there kind of how the final grade is computed here. And then, this sort of lays out then what's going on each week. You can see all assignments are due on Tuesdays by 11:59 p.m. And you can see, what the first thing we have going on this week is I want us all to introduce ourselves to each other in a discussion post. So we've got a discussion post going on. Basically, just introduce yourself, and it says, what's your major, why are you taking the class, different things like that. You can read about that. The next week, see January 15th to 21st, we're going to kind of do a review of the different concepts we learned in Stats 1. And like all the assignments, each module, there is a data analysis assignment and a quiz that's due by January 21st at 11:59 p.m. The following week, we'll cover repeated measures ANOVA topic. The repeated measures ANOVA. And again, there's a data analysis assignment and a quiz. the next 2 weeks we'll be covering factorial analysis of variance. So the first week there's a discussion post on factorial ANOVA, and then at the end of the module, at the end of the time, there's a data analysis assignment and quiz. You're starting to see kind of the pattern for the class. The only exception is the MANOVA assignment. I have it due on a Thursday. If you still want to keep it on Tuesday, that's fine. I'm just giving you a couple extra days because the next week is spring break and we have no classwork. You get off for, for spring break. So you can see there, you can see you can see on April 8th, the final exam will go live. So you have 3 weeks to complete both parts of it. And it'll cover all topics we've covered except logistic regression, since we're just going over that week. So you can kind of read through the syllabus. If you have any questions, please email me. Let me know. I'll be happy to try to clarify anything that's in there. There's this welcome to this online class and student Canvas introduction. Kind of just gives you a little intro into Canvas, if you're not familiar with Canvas. And then this is just some tips, to kind of be successful in an online course. If you want to read through that. Here's instructions for downloading and installing SPSS. If you already have SPSS installed, what you may want to do, the license may actually be expired. They usually expire like December 31st of every year. So you may have to log into the OIT website and then click on, whatever version of SPSS you have. And then in the README document, look for the new authorization codes that would look like this. That you might have to find your version of SPSS, copy that authorization code, and then enter that into SPSS. And it gives you instructions in there for doing that. But you can go through this little walkthrough too as well. To kind of see how that works. Here's some tips for, setting up SPSS and saving your output, either as a Word or a PDF file. You can see, here's another little introduction to SPSS from Rose and colleagues. You can look through if you're interested. Here's, how you go about saving your output. And then finally in here, some, just some little useful guides, that you might find useful, a stats equation guide, different stat symbols. If you took me for stat 1, some of these may be familiar, but I just want to share with you again. Here's, a step-by-step guide for kind of staying out of the weeds in any data analysis. I just thought it was a nice little overview you might be interested in. Here's like a quick little, statistic equations kind of cheat sheet. You can see, here's the formula for the sample variance, the formula for sample deviation, interquartile range, kind of on a like 2-page front and back handout. Here's just, oh man, I forgot what X bar or Y bar represent. That's typically what we represent, like the sample mean. We'll use the Greek symbol mu for the population mean. So just some helpful guides there just to kind of refresh your memory of some of the stuff you may have forgotten from stat 1. The only our assignment for this week is to participate in the course introductions. So everybody should post something in the course introductions. We basically want to know your name, what program you're in, why you're taking this class, what previous experience you have, and if you have an interesting fact you want to share with us, just kind of make it a little fun. You can post that there. Everybody needs to post something in order to earn the credit for this discussion post. I'm looking forward to having you all in class. If you have any questions or any concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Email is the best way to get in touch with me. I'm always happy to meet and discuss anything with you. Looking forward to this semester and talk with you soon.